Videos. They're all around us. Movies, commercials, music videos, teasers, trailers, TV shows, YouTube, Instagram stories. It's a seemingly endless stream of content beamed into our eyeballs every single day. We don't really seem to pay any mind to how much video content the average human takes in on a daily basis. Video has shaped history, made people loads of money, and changed the way we look at the world around us, literally and figuratively. Today, we are going to look at some of the most influential video clips in history and how they have left a huge mark on our collective consciousness. Starting off, let's look at the first video ever made. Of course, it was shot on film, but let's not get lost in the details here. The Roundhay Garden scene, a short film shot by French inventor Louis Le Prince. The film, which is only 2 seconds in length, was shot at 12 frames a second in 1888 and features 4 people in a garden sort of dancing around. After doing some research, I found that this clip is much clearer than some of the other clips taken around that time period. This suggests that Le Prince's camera technology was essentially ahead of its time. But this is where things get kinda eerie, as Le Prince planned to travel to England to get a patent for this invention and then head to the US to really publicize it. He then stopped at his brother's house in Dijon before heading to Paris. The train from Dijon arrived in Paris and Le Prince was nowhere to be found. Not his body, not a trace of luggage, nothing. Was this a plot by Thomas Edison and other competitors to get the patent first? Whatever the case may be, Le Prince's time had run out and the technology behind his film camera was lost forever. Speaking of time, let's flash forward 50 years to our next influential video. If you're like me, you really hate commercials, but they're a staple of almost every cable and video streaming service. It's no secret that commercials have had an incalculable impact on business and culture around the world. But how did it all start? And how did advertising make the break into motion? Well, they began with this video, a 10-second ad for a watch company before a baseball game. It's no surprise that they went with a simplistic approach here, as they really had no reference to go off of, and advertising was banned on TV until 1941, which is when this ad was aired. Not only is it simplistic, but it was extremely cheap to run on live air as well. The watch company, Bulova, paid $9 for the ad, which, adjusted for inflation, comes out to around $150 in 2020. It's safe to say that was a steal. No one? Okay, I'll stop. Not only is our next video one of the most successful music videos ever, it sent ripples through the very fabric of American pop culture. Michael Jackson's Thriller had so much power that it single-handedly created a market for VHS sales because audiences wanted to watch the video on their own time. It transformed music video direction into its own art form and broke down racial barriers in the entertainment industry. Its influence on pop culture pushed it above and beyond anyone's expectations, except for maybe Michael Jackson himself. The jacket that he wore sold for $1.8 million in 2011, and the video has racked up over 700 million views on YouTube. The legacy of this video will outlive any of us watching this, and that is a true testament to the genius level direction and marketing that went behind it. I really can't say enough about this video. It was one of the first music videos I ever saw, and it sort of had a hand in sparking my love for video creation. Now let's rewind a bit before Thriller. Let's jump back to a video that anyone currently living has either seen or at least heard about. Of course, I'm talking about the infamous Zapruder Film, which captured the very moment that President John F. Kennedy was brutally taken from the American people. The assassination of President Kennedy has many gaps, question marks, hidden and destroyed evidence, cover-ups, and witnesses who have been threatened and essentially silenced. It is a moment in history that will forever be shrouded in speculation. Now, I've done my fair share of research on the assassination itself over the years, but there's one video clip that is the most popular of all footage taken on that horrific day. The Zapruder Film, an 8mm color film shot by Abraham Zapruder with a Bell & Howell home movie camera, captured it all, and it is widely regarded as the most famous 26 seconds in film history. I won't go into immense detail on it because you can look it up anywhere and watch it for yourself, but it contributed heavily to a wide variety of conspiracies surrounding the event. Witness inconsistencies in deaths, the multiple shooter theory, the killer's marksmanship, and film alteration were all subjected to heavy investigation, heavily fueled by the release of the film to the public. Many claim that the violence and shock of the video actually led to a new way of representing violence in 1970s American cinema, both in mainstream films and indie horror films. The grim fact of the matter is, we will never know the truth behind this film and the assassination itself, and that alone makes it so much more enticing. One would imagine that a spectacular event like a moon landing would have some captivating video footage, right? Well, this isn't entirely the case with the Apollo 11 landing. As you could see, the footage is very dated, but it's not the footage that makes this video so special. It's really the commentary and listening to the astronauts struggle to find a landing spot and almost having to scratch the landing entirely that is captivating and intense in its own right.
Count a half. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Now you may be wondering why I chose this video and not the footage of the men actually walking on the surface of the moon. I find this video, mankind's first contact with another celestial body, to be much more deserving of a spot on this list.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
There are so many more influential videos out there, and I'm sure if I covered them all, I could make a full documentary about it. But I wanted to end this with a lightning round of honorable mentions. Passage de Venus, I might have butchered that, but the only reason this didn't make the list is that it's technically not a video, but a series of photos sequenced together. Taken in 1874, it shows the transit of Venus across the sun. Taken on September 2nd, 1945 by an unknown Navy photographer, this video shows representatives of the Japanese military surrendering to the Allied powers on board the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. An incredibly anticlimactic and ironic ending to the bloodiest war in history. One of the most controversial videos ever. This video allegedly shows a Bigfoot in Bluff Creek, California in 1967. While plenty other alleged videos and photos of Bigfoot have come out since then, none have been studied as deeply as this one. Is it a man in a monkey suit, or a massive cryptozoological icon that has eluded science? Take a look for yourself and let us know what you think. Uploaded on April 23, 2005, YouTube co-founder Jawad Karim posted an 18-second video titled "Me at the Zoo." Little did he and his colleagues know that this would start the largest video sharing site in history, with over 300 hours of video uploaded to the site every minute. Jawad and his fellow co-founders would sell YouTube to Google a year after this video was made for $1.6 billion. Now, of course, there are plenty of videos throughout history that we did not cover, and that does not make them any less important or significant. If any particular video came to mind while watching this, throw it in the comments, and if there's enough interest, we may consider a part 2. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe hit that notification bell as well.